Well, when we come back, super featherweight action here tonight. Arguably the fight of the night, as it turned out. Jamie McKeever, age 22, Andrew Ferrans, age 20, two youngsters giving everything. Live golf for you this week. You can catch the Tiger Woods Williams World Challenge Thursday night, 9 o'clock this week on Sky Sports 3. This is probably the battle of the night here in Liverpool. Super featherweights earlier, 6 rounds, non-stop action. Jamie McKeever from Birkenhead, certainly the local favourite and a crowd pleaser. Somebody hadn't told Andrew Ferrans that, though.
Round 1. Two youngsters in here. Jamie McKeever, local boy from Birkenhead, just across the Mersey, 22. He's won 10 out of 14 so far and is in with the 20-year-old Scot in the blue trunks, Andrew Ferrans, who comes from a place called New Cumnock in Ayrshire. Ferrans has won 8 out of 10 in his career to date. Scheduled for 4 rounds. How good is McKeever? Well, his limitations were rather exposed against Craig Doherty at Glasgow in March, beaten in 3 one-sided rounds. The last time out, he outboxed the dangerous Sebastian Hart to rebuild his confidence. McKeever in white, remember?
Well, the problem for McKeever here is getting past that long reach of Ferrans. And Ferrans starting pretty quickly, throwing plenty shots here, and McKeever needs to start doing something.
Ferrans with these quite long punches out of his southpaw style. Gets him with a couple of body shots as well. Decent record so far. And he's beaten one man that McKeever lost to in Gary Fleer. That was a shock defeat, really, for McKeever.
Well, McKeever's coming under a bit of pressure here. Some good shots to the body from Ferrans.
He's digging them in, isn't he? Doing well in this opening round. McKeever's trying to get his jab going, but the rangy Scot has taken the eye so far. Again, that left hand to the body. Strange sort of style, isn't it, Ferrans?
Yes, he has got a very robotic style, but it looks quite effective. And certainly he's doing well here against McKeever.
Very square on, isn't he?
Yes, and the shots and the work with the arms very stiff. But McKeever needs to get his punches off.
And he isn't really doing it so far. The body work of Ferrans has been the most notable aspect of the first round. A bit better for McKeever then. Gets a sprinkling of applause from his supporters spread around this Everton Park arena.
Well, I think McKeever will find Ferrans easy to hit if he can get his punches off. He can just start landing punches. Ferrans very upright.
Well, good left hand there from McKeever. Best shot of the round. Ferrans took it well, though, and keeps on walking in. First round to the young Scot. Well, I thought so anyway. Round 2. Second round. First round, we think, to the man in the blue trunks, Andrew Ferrans from Ayrshire in Scotland. Good body shots. He's caught with the right hand of McKeever there. Now, can McKeever step up the tempo? Or is this young man Ferrans a bit of an improver? He's looked it in recent fights and gets there again with those right hands to the body. I'm sure McKeever's corner will have told him that he needs to step up his work rate. It's a short fight. You can't afford to be giving the rounds away.
Well, Ferrans switching stance a bit, leading with the right, then the left. McKeever, a good right hand, and then trying to work the body of Ferrans.
This one due to go 6 rounds, is it? I'm told there's some confusion, and people are checking at ringside even as we speak. This often happens with these undercard fights. We'll keep you posted as Ferrans gets there again with 2 left hands, first to head, then to body.
Big punches going in. First from McKeever, then from Ferrans, who now got McKeever on the back foot.
He hurt him with that right cross. McKeever wants to cover up. Ferrans trying to find a way through. It's a decent little argument, this, between these two. Neither of them want to pick up another loss at this stage as they try to make their way. And they're giving it everything, the pair of them. That's a cracking little fight so far. Ferrans switch hitting seems to be the way with him. It's hard to tell really because he's so square on in his stance.
Well, he just takes turns, then he leads with the left, then he starts leading with the right.
Got hit with the right hand there. There's a bit of a slap from McKeever, but it certainly had an effect. It's a good round of boxing, this one. Body shots from McKeever. Just wanting to cover up for a moment. Might have been hurt by one in there, Ferrans. Just needed a bit of time, didn't he?
Well, it's McKeever looking stronger now, pushing Ferrans on the back foot. Ferrans not as effective going backwards.
3 minutes of non-stop punching from these two. Good round. Decent comeback in that round by Jamie McKeever, who's had his setbacks so far, but will still have ambition in the business. Look at the number of body shots landed so far by Ferrans. 28 to McKeever's 9. Revealing.
Yes, he was working hard to the body, the taller man, Ferrans. But McKeever started to come back. He had to take a few early on. Right hands from Ferrans going in, then switching to the body. And it was good pressure from Ferrans.
Here's the third round. Ferrans in blue, McKeever, local boy, in white. Ferrans started well. McKeever came back at him in round 2. Might have nicked that session, though it was close-ish. Again, those body shots from Ferrans.
Well, it's a difficult style to face for McKeever. Ferrans is all over the place. Southpaw, orthodox, straight on.
Blood from the nose of Ferrans. McKeever walks straight into the jab. Ferrans fights his way off the ropes, and McKeever had to give ground. Wants to come forward all the time, happiest going forward. If Ferrans can force him backwards, that might be the key for him.
Yes, I think it could be. That's what it's all about. Who's going to get the upper hand? And the one who's doing it's always the one who's going forward in this fight. And that's McKeever at present.
But they're matching each other almost punch for punch. Ferrans getting in with a good combination, mind you. Even in a short fight, stamina might come into play. Ferrans looking a little tired there as he retreated to the ropes and covered up, and McKeever bangs away to the body. You get the feeling something has to give, don't you?
Yes, you do. McKeever looking the stronger of the two. Ferrans having to go back more.
McKeever's pressure, is it starting to take its toll? Looked a bit low, one of the left hands from McKeever. Oh, a tremendous right uppercut from Ferrans when he went another body shot, and this time McKeever has to retreat, but he's quickly over the trouble and back to work. This is some fight, isn't it?
This is a good fight. Neither one wants to lose this one. McKeever was hurt with a body shot, and then he starts going to the body of Ferrans.
Oh, big overhand right this time from Ferrans. Meaty shots, scything ones too.
Well, you wouldn't think they could keep this up.
Well, trading blow for blow. Right hand, left hook from McKeever. Ferrans sucks that up somehow and still wants to throw leather back. Well, score that round if you can. Great stuff. Look at that, they've thrown nearly 90 punches each in that round alone, and both landed with 24. How did you score it, Glenn?
I thought McKeever won the round. I just thought he did that bit more. His attacks were longer, and I thought he landed with a cleaner punches, but it was an excellent round of boxing. Both of them had their successes. Good shots going in, nice uppercut from Ferrans. Good left hook from McKeever, and then Ferrans straight back looking for the body punching.
Second out, round 4.
Fourth round, and the crowd glad that this is due to go 6 now, because it's been rattling good entertainment so far.
Well, the tattoo on Ferrans' back says it all, doesn't it? Search and destroy. That's what they've both been trying to do in this fight.
McKeever body shot and got himself out of trouble off those ropes. McKeever, who turned pro very young at 18. Mind you, Ferrans was only 19 when he signed his professional contract. McKeever's been with the Matchroom organisation all the way. That makes him the house fighter here. Few punches missing for once. Good left hook from McKeever there. And he picked the right hand pretty well too. Ferrans, 1 or 2 holes appearing in his defence at this point. Has McKeever broken him?
Yes, Ferrans looking more untidy. The style just starting to come apart. McKeever's keeping his together much better.
Breathing a little heavier. Ferrans, big right hand, and that brought more blood from his nose, and then a left hook. He's being hit by too many now. Ferrans, body shots too. McKeever looks to have this under control now in this round. Now Ferrans, can he dig deep and come back again?
Well, he really has hurt Ferrans in this round. McKeever with some nice punch picking. But he needs to keep those shots going in. And I think the referee keeping a closer eye now on Ferrans.
McKeever has taken control in this round after 2 grueling and thrilling opening sessions. Not much coming from Ferrans at the moment. He's going through a bit of a crisis in the fight. Can he come through it, or can McKeever finish it?
Well, he's a tough youngster, Ferrans. He's had to take some pretty heavy shots, but he's still looking to try and come forward. But it's McKeever who's got the better style. Ferrans a little bit upright, and the shots are really pushing his head about.
It's certainly a good one for the fans, for the fighters. Well, terrific entertainment, but you don't want too many like this. Now, what sort of state is Ferrans in there? They're working on him. I think that nose was damaged with one of those shots, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. There's been a lot of blood from the nose. That's upset him a bit. He's had some heavy shots there. And there's one of them. That straight right hand, right on the nose. Painful punch.
That was a really horrible one, wasn't it? That, I think, I was wondering when that landed, whether it might have broken his nose, actually.
Well, looking at the blood about, could well have done that. And a good left hook there as well. Similar sort of shot, this time from the left.
Fifth round. Ferrans from Scotland in blue. Jamie McKeever from Birkenhead in the white. Now, was Ferrans rejuvenated by the minute break? There's a confident look about McKeever now as he lets the combinations fly. He's finding a few angles as well and getting hit by less. Looks brighter and stronger, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's got more spring in the legs. He's landing with the better punches.
But you just wonder, with a fight like this, with a high level of excitement, whether Ferrans still has a shock in store. It's getting very hard for him now.
Yes, it is. It is getting tough for him. He's not landing that many good shots anymore, Ferrans, and I think he's starting to get a bit of a going over off McKeever.
Covering up pretty well, but one or two of these are getting through.
But the thing now is he's having to cover up. He's having to try and protect himself in there, not the aggression that we saw earlier on from Ferrans.
I'm not sure how much left he has at the moment. The referee may be starting to take a slightly closer look. Chris Kelly. Ferrans has to throw some punches back here. And McKeever's lining him up. Again, he wants to buy time by the ropes. His spirit isn't broken. He's given it everything here. But it does look as if McKeever has just been too strong and determined. And he's wading away with the body shots now. It's been a punishing fight. Heard again, body and head shots. Should the referee step in, do you think, Glenn?
Well, he's got very little left, I think. Ferrans not throwing very much. It's getting very hard for him, and I think there's any time now the referee, if he gets caught with a few more shots like this, should be looking to get in there.
He just might have fought his fight here, Ferrans. It was a heck of a fight while it lasted, but McKeever now is picking him off more or less as he likes. Very one-sided round, and you feel for Ferrans, he's showing a lot of grit and a lot of guts in there.
Well, he's still trying to come forward. Ferrans still trying to get the punches off. He really is very gritty.
But McKeever wins the round and wins it big. Last round of what's been a little thriller here between Jamie McKeever, the local boy, the 22-year-old from Birkenhead, and a very brave Andrew Ferrans, who was on top early, but McKeever's taken his measure now, and Ferrans is really holding on pretty grimly in the hope of getting to the final bell.
Well, I'm going winning from the second onwards. Everything McKeever just took over. Ferrans got the first round, but everything else since then has been in McKeever's favour.
Although two of those early rounds, I would say, were pretty close, weren't they? It's only in the last couple of rounds that McKeever's really got right on top. He's very, very tired now, is Ferrans. Referee needs to take a close look. He'll want to hear the final bell, but of course he's a young man, a young fighter, and they have to think that there may be other nights for him too. This is the sort of fight that leaves its mark, I'm afraid to say.
Well, it's all McKeever, really. Ferrans needs to fight back. Oh, I think the referee needs to save him from himself.
Body shots, uppercuts from McKeever. And he's fighting almost on instinct. You sense now, Ferrans.
But he is still trying to fight back, Ferrans. He's still got something left, trying to get the punches off.
But he's not getting them off, not really, is he? They're just arm shots, and they're not finding their target. They're tired instinct shots. You just sense he's having to fight through a bit of a fog. He got there with a right uppercut there. Just a little warning to McKeever that he can't get careless.
Did try to put the house lights out with that one, Ferran.
McKeever only hits the gloves. Good defence by Ferrans. And he's getting through it. He switch hits again. More body shots. This has become very punishing, but there's a little answer from Ferrans. That's what he needs to do to convince the referee he is still competitive. It's been a heck of an effort, this, from both of them. It really has.
Well, he's done well, Ferrans, in this last round to try and pull something out at the end, push McKeever back, showing some strength there.
Well, a brilliant little six-rounder. McKeever wins it, but give a big round of applause, too, to Andrew Ferrans from New Cumnock in Ayrshire, who gave that everything and showed enormous grit to get through to the final bell. Good comeback too by McKeever. He's had his setbacks in his career, but he looked in super fit condition then and very, very strong.
Well, the next...
Ladies and gentlemen, rightly so, the referee Chris Kelly has asked me for you to show your appreciation to two boxers in a very hard-fought 6 rounds indeed. Well done, Bob. Chris Kelly's calls the contest. For Ferrans, 56 points. For McKeever, 59 points. Your winner from Birkenhead, Jamie McKeever.
4 rounds to 1 with one.
Please show your appreciation for Scotland, Andrew Ferrans.
Hard, wasn't it? We billed it as 2 young men in opposition.
Yeah.
Is that an aging fight?
Without doubt, both of these guys were obviously fairly well matched, but Ferrans took too much punishment in the last couple of rounds, and in this early stage in his career, it will have a wearing effect on him. However, as I say, it was an even match on paper, but very well fought. They gave everything they had, but unfortunately for Ferrans, he just didn't have enough in the last couple of rounds.
McKeever seems to have been busier in most respects throughout that, Barry.
Yeah.
What does it tell you about his ability at a higher level, though?
Well, I don't know how much further he's going to go. Maybe an area title, maybe even a shot at the British title, but quite honestly, I don't think he's going to get much further than that. But a great performance nonetheless from him, and they both fought very, very well.
So well done to McKeever, Barry. But when he's been beaten in the fashion that we know he did lose to Craig Doherty earlier in the year, is there still a question mark?
Well, that's the point. I think you've got to be realistic about the kid. He put up a great performance. Ferrans wasn't good enough for him tonight, but in reality, I have to say, I don't think he's going to be British title standard.
Just a word about somebody as game as Ferrans, that young?
Well, he's 20 years old, and there's times, it's ridiculous to say that he can't come back from that, but he has to be fitter. He has to have another adaptable style that he can fight with, and he's got to learn to move his head.
Well done to McKeever, the winner there. 22 years of age, plenty of time for him to go forward in his career, Barry, but at the moment, what are the likely next steps? Is he better than this level yet?
I think he is. I think he's now got to move up to 10 rounders. He's got to think about an area title fight. He's got to think about what the best super featherweights in the country are, and start working towards them. Upgrade his sparring partners, and really just think about picking opponents that are going to test him, but obviously not beat him, and then build himself up to a title fight.
People watching that with us, our viewers, may have asked the question, why did the referee Kelly not step in and stop it late on? Was it right to let it go or not?
Well, referee Kelly was right. It was a good competitive fight, and even you could see in the last round, Ferrans did try to turn things around. He had nothing left, but he did try and fight back, and he forced McKeever back and try and done something in the last round.
So let's hope we do hear more of McKeever and Ferrans indeed.